If I'm pouring brass, I can't stop pumping the bellows. I got to do this for about an hour. For bronze, about an hour. For iron, about 2 hours. So really, the longer you pump the bellows, the hotter the fire gets. I'm going to use the same fuel, coal or charcoal. And this is that liquid, pewter. And I'm going to start just by pouring it here so you can see that. You surprised how quick it solidified? Yeah. So once you take it from the heat, it's going to harden up, and you can pour it into a mold, into a container to shape it. So I might make, a plate or a tray, a bowl, or a cup. This is the quick part, the molding. Most of the time is sort of spent at the bench finishing. Mike's working on some candlesticks right now, filing the rough, jagged edges. That candlestick's made in several parts he's making. Stuff that's spilled over the side, I can drop it back in the pot. Melt it back down again. I can pour maybe 20 or 30 spoons in an hour.
Wow.
Too hot to touch. I want to actually pour another one so that my mold stays hot. I don't want it to cool down. Pewter kind of looks like silver, doesn't it? I think that's why they liked it. There's a polished spoon somewhere on that counter in front of you guys. It takes maybe 2 hours to finish it, to file it and polish it, but I'm going to just set this down. They wanted it to look like silver. They got their metal from you, the customer, by buying old and broken stuff. You wouldn't melt a spoon down to make a plate. But if you had a spoon that was bent, you could put it in the metal and melt it back down. And I'll show you, I'll do it in the ladle so you can see it better. Well, that's getting kind of low. Okay. Alright, so.
Oh, that's pretty.
Wow.
That's cool. That is hot liquid.
It is. Now, I'm melting in an iron ladle, right? It's not melting my ladle, and I do melt iron in here. So I'm going to just pour this here. I don't want to pour it back in there and make it splash. When I'm melting iron, I'm going to be melting in a crucible. I can't use a ladle like that. And I'm going to be using these tongs, right? I can't get my hands right over the fire. And I'm going to pour into sand. So you guys are from California. I'm going to guess everybody's made a sand castle. All right? Yeah. So you take wet sand, pack it in a container, and lift it. Sand sort of holds the shape. I use sand with clay in it. And I pack it around a model. So let's say I want a buckle for the carriage. I have to take a buckle off the carriage. I can't just carve into sand, but I can take a buckle off the carriage, or I can carve a buckle in wood. And imagine pushing this down in the wet sand, taking it out, and then just pouring the metal into that sand. So sand casting, and I let my sand dry first. Sand casting is how all high temperature molds are made. Molds as well as castings. So I have to make my mold in a sand mold. So now, this must have made you think of some questions, right? Now that you've seen